Well, as in a previous video, I've shown you kind of how, well, probably I can't even tell you which video it was, but it makes no difference. I really never looked into how this works, whether this, like I said, the pitman arm hooks to this. I really didn't explain that before. And I don't know if this shifts a little bit, causing the pressure, or once the cylinder starts to move, it pushes it and it picks it up and moves it different. I really don't know how this thing actually works. I never did really look into it. It's not that big of a deal to me. It's you know, it's going to work. It's not going to work. I bet it's what's what it is. So basically, I took some pictures and it's going to start taking it apart. I have a rebuild kit for the control valve, and I have a rebuild kit for the cylinder. The only thing I do not have was this rubber end, which I will. Excuse me. I was going to order. So that's telling you where this part of this video is going. I've already marked all the lines where they go. There's one that's actually broke. It's this one. It's hard to see. This one is actually the discharge. The line actually snapped in half. It goes to the power steering pump, and this is the suction side of the power steering. And you've got a pretty good kink in it. I really didn't buy this line. I did straighten it up a little bit, but it does have just a bit of a kink in it. I don't know if that's going to hinder me, or whether I need to get a different line or try to straighten it out a little bit more. I won't know until I get it unhooked from here and move it around. I think I can get that line, or I could actually make one. You know, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know who's texting me. Leave me alone. Anyway, so the reason I brought you back was because I thought this was going to be cut and dry, and I hope it's not that way with this, because I did buy the rebuild kit. This is the one for the control valve. There's a lot of parts in here you can't see. They're in a separate bag. And then this is the seal kit for the cylinder, and this is a rubber or a boot and stuff like that that actually would that covers this cylinder. So while it's open, you know, it turned from locked or half open, or you know, normally right now it would be turned one way all the way. It won't go in any further than that. However, here's my problem. I was looking it over and I grabbed a hold of this, and this thing pulled right out, no problem. This is all the way turned the other way. Unfortunately, it has a bad spot in that cylinder, bad enough that it's unusable. That's actually that's actually the chrome or whatever they use, hardening surface, whatever this is. You can actually feel it with your finger. So that unfortunately is not repairable. Might be able to find just the cylinder, or just the piston part, the rod, whatever you want to call it. It's actually a rod, piston rod. But I don't know how all this comes apart. I know how the seal part comes apart. It's real simple. It's got a snap ring in here. Once you pry that out, everything just kind of comes out in little pieces. You dig them out or whatever. It's not that hard to do. It's just this little seal kit. I mean, it's a simple setup. Unfortunately, though, that rod's no good. So I need this part, because this is what bolts to the frame. Keep that in secure. Obviously this moves, that does not. So I will have to still take that apart and unbolt it here and get the lines off of it. And then I actually ordered one from AutoZone. Again, it's more expensive to order it through AutoZone, but lifetime warranty. So if it leaks or has a problem, but it already has the rubber boot on it. It already has the boot, the boot that covers the cylinder. It's got the new bushings and stuff for that end. So that's why I did what I did. I just ordered that because it's just not really repairable in my eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and set you up here, and we'll start taking this apart. Get this get apart, start getting it cleaned up, and then I'll do a video on rebuilding this. Hopefully it turns out. It's kind of fiddly there in a few spots. It's got a spring in it, and I heard it takes two people. I don't know. We'll kind of see how it goes. I'll bring you back here in just a second. Alright, I want to start taking some of this apart. I'm keeping the tie rods and stuff on until I can get the new ones together and measured up as close as I possibly can. And that way, I only have to kind of guess once. But basically, I'm going to take the cylinder off, I'll take the controller off, and I'm going to take it over the parts washer off camera and clean it up and stuff. But first we got to get some stuff apart, and so that's why there's wrenches and stuff hanging off. I'm actually trying to be a little bit more ahead of the game and have stuff ready to go. I loosened this top hose. I have not done the one under it. I loosened the suction hose, but it's just to kind of get stuff started, because a lot of this is going to be just boring, taking stuff apart, and then all of a sudden it's clean, and then it'll be, we'll take it, take the old one apart, stuff like that. I'll show you why, though, for sure we're replacing these hoses, because, oh boy, these things is rough. I got the imprimatos on as well. There wasn't anything left of, yeah, maybe I should turn around here where you can see what's going on. There isn't much left of this hose. It is all but done. So that's the reason we're replacing them. And there's probably a difference between them, so I'm going to keep them marked so that I know which side is which. I'm replacing this anyway. I really don't even need to take it off of the cylinder because, like I said, I'm replacing the cylinder anyway. Luckily, everything, I think because it's so oil soaked that it's actually coming apart really easy. I don't know if it's supposed to. Alright, my air hose is done shot, well, the end of it is shot crap, so it's going to make a lot of noise. I just oiled it. Alright, come on. I'll take this nut off the end. It's supposed to, I think it's supposed to have a pin through it, but it don't. Yeah, it was supposed to have a pin through it. Oh, that thing's noisy. I bet you it's tapered. Something I didn't really anticipate, but so I don't have a hammer over here, of course. Yeah. Believe it or not, somewhere I actually do have a tool to break those tie rod ends loose without having to beat on stuff, but it's probably not going to work well. We're going to give it a try. I'm going to make some noise. Hopefully you can kind of see what I'm doing. I know I'm off camera almost. My fingers out from underneath it. Oh, I didn't get my fingers out from underneath it enough. Whew, let me get a tool put underneath that, because that isn't working. That's going to leave a mark. I don't want it on the cylinder, I just want it on that. Oh, that is loud. Wow, hope that didn't hurt your eardrums or break my camera, Mike. I've heard that happen to a few people before. Woo, that was loud. I think I'm deaf. Alright, I still need this piece here, of course. Where are you at? Ah, God, my camera works. So I still need this piece here. So I do need to get that off, but right now we're just going to leave it on there. Just like that other hose. That way it kind of tells me I shouldn't even took it off the other side. So let's go ahead and get the rest of the suction line off. I'd already, like I said, broke this loose. Like I said, worst case, I can get another line, I think, just this part of that steel line if I need to. Oh, my arm's probably in the way. Almost. Alright, there's a suction line off. The discharge is still on it right now. I'm not super concerned about that. Try and get this off where I can get to it. Okay. And I don't know if you can see this. This thing is stationary. this is how much movement. I don't know if it's supposed to have movement like that. I just don't know. Alright, get this off there. Come on. Thank you. Okay, this is what this looks like. So again, I'm going to take that line there that's broke off. Boy, this thing's just full of crap. And then I'm going to take it over the parts washer. I definitely can't hurt it any worse than it already is. And I'll bring you back when we start taking it apart.